I just want you to take a second to congratulate yourself for taking the time and effort out of your day to increase your financial intelligence. My name is Dr. Stock, and in this video, we'll be talking about types of brokerage accounts. So there's 5 categories when it comes to the brokerage accounts, and in this video, we'll be discussing what those types of accounts are. So the first account is a cash account. So a cash account is simple and has no leverage. What I mean by leverage is that, so when it comes to the stock market, think of leverage as a credit card, right? And so with the credit card, it's not your money, it's the bank's money. So a cash account is simple and has no money. You can't use the brokerage account, or they won't be able to lend you any money when it comes to that account. So it's just your money. So if you put $100 in that account, it's just your $100. There's no leverage to it, and so that's how you trade with that with the cash account. Next category is margin accounts. So stocks get 50% margin in the US. So, and margin is another word for leverage. So when you hear margin when it comes to the stock market, just think of leverage. And so with a margin account, stocks get 50%. So if you put in $200 into your brokerage account, it then turns to 400. And when it comes to commissions, they cut the commissions in half too as well. So that's what a margin account is. Next category is in an individual / joint or LLC / corporate account. And so those accounts are more for tax purposes. So you have more leverage, even more leverage when you create those types of accounts. So you always want to think about it when you create a brokerage account. Of course, you can have two, one for personal use and one for business. But when it comes to business, you actually have obviously you have more of a tax advantage when you create that kind of account. Next up is a retirement, IRA, and 401k accounts. Those accounts are limited, so you can't do certain things because they don't want you to lose the money in the account. The account is to actually, for you to retire on. So you have a limited capabilities when it comes to those accounts. Next up is futures and options, but those are advanced margin accounts. So if you know a little bit about futures and a little bit about options, of course I'll be covering those 2 topics, but when it comes to those 2, those are advanced, and beginners shouldn't really worry about those types of accounts, especially starting out. So the main account that you should be worried about is individual and cash accounts. So when the majority of people start out, they start out with just those 2 categories. So, or you may start out with a joint account if you are married, or if you have a spouse or whatever, if you have a girlfriend or whatever, you might start out with those 2 accounts. So either individual or joint, and it's a cash account. So in this video, we pretty much covered what types of brokerage accounts there are. Once again, my name is Dr. Stock, and you just got your daily dose of vitamin E.